Hello my Diamond Art friends, my name is Ilene and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you for your continued support and friendship. For this video, I am going to do a WIP chat. I'm going to give you guys a little update about what's happening around me with recovering from the Hurricane Milton and Helene 2 weeks earlier. Then I'm going to do some interesting facts about practically everything. Not all of the facts. If they seem interesting enough, I'll save it for maybe the next WIP chat. But let's go ahead and first go over what I'm going to be using. As you can see, I am using release paper. These release papers are from Bee's Crafty Corner. She's on Etsy. And if I can remember, I will link her Etsy shop in the description box below. So I'm just going to take this one off. I love this one. I'm using purple alien putty from Make Your Own Wall Art. I am using my pen from Patriotic Team. And I'm actually just using a generic tray. I was going to use my ghost tray from Ephemera 3D. It's not cooperating with me. So I think I need to like clean that tray out and kind of, because stuff was sticking. So likely that's what it is. All right, so let me go ahead and get some drills out. Let's get 23, which is 939, and then we'll get started with this kind of chatting. All right, so recovery from the hurricane. It's been slow, recovery wise. I did go to the grocery store this morning, and a lot of the shelves are still pretty empty. They're getting better with like the fresh stuff, meat and fresh vegetables, fruit, eggs, milk, those kind of things. But they're kind of running low on other items, not that I needed it and I wasn't going to buy any anyway, but like those that like to have soda, like a lot of it, that was empty. Oh, excuse Louise. I need to just move this release paper down a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, slow recovery. I think the grocery stores are trying to get restocked the best they can. And, they're doing a great job. We're all, doing what we can to get by. And so many people are shopping, right? They've got to replenish the stuff they've had to throw out that went bad. So, with that too, the demand for the stuff is also pretty high. So, it's going to probably be another week or so before we start seeing, I would think, or even it could be middle of the week, but I'm done shopping till next week. Getting everything back to like whatever that normal is. Gas today, I did get gas. As I said, I was going to wait till the end of the week to get gas. I did get to go to get some gas. Not every pump is open still, and there was still a small line, so I didn't wait very long, but there was a line. And I also, I don't know, if that has anything to do with the hurricane, but normally, when you pump gas and whatever, you do that little, it's pretty powerful, the force of the gas going in your tank. Well, that was not happening. It was weaker, that. Well, it seemed weaker, and I kept getting the little, sometimes when your gas tank is full and the pump clicks off because it senses your gas tank was full. Mine kept clicking off, but I wasn't even close to being full. I only am at 3/4 of a tank. I only did get $20 worth of gas, I'll be honest, because I figured I didn't need to have a full tank right now, because I don't drive much. So this is going to last me a couple weeks anyway. I do need to go to my mom and dad's and the place to check on it, and it's 45 miles each way. And I probably won't get there this week because today would be the only day I can do that, and I just figured traffic-wise was probably not a good idea with everybody still trying to get supplies and stuff because of the hurricane. Better, recovery, better to just wait another week. And my mom and dad have friends at the park, so, I'm sure they've had somebody check on it. And I actually need to call them and find out, though, just to be sure. But yeah, it was, at least the police weren't at the gas pump, the gas station when I filled up, so that was kind of nice. I was kind of a little bit like, oh gosh, I just didn't want to see people fighting and waiting in line and any frustration, and I wasn't in desperate need of gas, so that's why I didn't worry about getting gas when the lines were terrible last week. But yeah, that's probably the update for the hurricane. I had to cancel, or did, my appointment for my follow-up with my physician. I shouldn't say my physician. I see a nurse practitioner. I like her a lot. She really helped me when I needed it last year. And yeah, so I see her regularly. Well, I had my follow-up appointment, which would have been the day after the hurricane. So it would have been last Thursday. And they rescheduled me for December. Well, I have a medication that I'm going to need to have refilled. I have no more refills remaining. And so the pharmacy says, hey, your doctor's not getting back to us about your, for us to get authorization to refill your prescription. All right, so I call there and I was like, the hurricane was last week. That's when my follow-up was, and it was rescheduled. And I'm now being told that you guys aren't responding to getting my prescription refilled. I need it. I can't go without it. And I have 8 days left. So the medical assistant was like, well, can you come in right now and we'll check your blood pressure? Because it's my blood pressure medicine. And I'm like, no, I'm working. I was like, listen, does she have any telehealth available in the next week? Because I have 8 days left of the medication. And, whatever. And they're like, well, we can get you into telehealth today at 4 o'clock. Is that okay? Do you have a blood pressure cuff? And I said, yes, I have a blood pressure machine here at the house. I haven't been checking it though, but I'll check it today, and I'll have it available for my appointment. So, right, I get, I'm finishing up my work day because I get done at 3 and I'm like, that's plenty of time. I can get in the shower. I can pound some water because I haven't been drinking a lot of water. Like, I lived on caffeine. Anyway, so ended up that they called me at 2:45 and said, would you be available right now to meet with her? And I'm still working. But I'm like, all right, I guess so. That appointment's not going to be that long. And, fine. So I had a telehealth visit. My blood pressure was, of course, elevated, but not terrible, but elevated enough. And she was like, can you just start checking it at home a little bit more frequently? I'm not worried about it. We've just been through a hurricane. Just, monitor it. And if it stays kind of high, I want you to call me. Okay, fine. So I've been doing that now. I already checked it twice today, once in the morning, once at 11, and then I'm going to check it again tonight just to see. And I'll check it tomorrow morning and then maybe tomorrow night, just for a little while. And if it seems wonky, I'll call her, but otherwise, whatever. But anyway, she authorized my refill. I went to the pharmacy today to pick it up because they refilled it right away. So at least that's one less thing I have to worry about. But yeah, so that was that. Anyway, so that's, I guess, the update on hurricane recovery. And now I don't have to see her again till April. So, unless something comes up. So, yeah. She was actually, well, one more thing. We were actually kind of talking about, the damage, like what happened with us. Because she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, I didn't notice how much things were missing in the grocery store. She goes, I made tacos the other night, and I was like, I realized I didn't have like the staples like tomato and whatever for it. So she goes, I go to Publix to get it, and they have no tomatoes. She goes, can you believe that? I said, actually, yes, I can. yes, I can. So we kind of chuckled about that, but yeah, that's my update about the hurricane recovery for me and my area. I will say though, if you could still keep you know, Florida in your prayers, especially those that reside near any of the rivers, because you know, when the water recedes from like the streets or even my complex, it has to go somewhere, right? It isn't like it just went to the retention pond or the ponds near my apartment complex that were already overflowed. That's how come we got flooded. It goes somewhere. So it goes into like those areas, and the water's still rising. The flood threat, if they're already not flooded, is still there. There's still areas or communities next to these water systems that are still flooded. And I just would just ask if you guys wouldn't mind just keeping those people in your prayers, if you're a person that prays, or send positive energy or thoughts, just their way. Not so much my way, because I'm safe. I have food, I have electric, I have water. The threat is very, very low for me right now, but those people really could use it. Those folks. So yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and we'll start with the interesting facts about practically everything. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. I finally found the coffee that I like, which is the Cinnabon Classic Cinnamon. Anyway, I found that. And I've had 2 cups. I'm trying to get this to pull up. All right, so here's a fact. That coffee's delicious is the first fact. But here's the other fact. The world's oldest wooden wheel has been around for more than 5,000 years. So, it was found in 2002, approximately 12 miles south of Laguna, which is the capital of Slovenia. Probably didn't say that right. Whatever. And is now housed in the city's museum. Radiocarbon dating was used to determine the wheel's age, which is somewhere between 5,100 and 5,350 years old. All right, so that's the first fact just about anything. All right, let me put a couple drills down. I'm gonna try to make this about an hour and then I'll cut it off. Just trying to get back into some semblance of a normal routine when it comes to like my channel. So that's probably gonna take a little bit to get back to as well. Come on, there it goes. All right, so dead skin cells are the main ingredient in household dust. I believe I knew that already. But anyway, here's an interesting science fact for you. According to researchers at the Imperial College of London, humans shed around 200 million skin cells each hour. And they have to go somewhere when we're indoors. If the idea of skin dust isn't sitting well with you, you should know that a report from the American Chemical Society found that a skin oil called Secline naturally helps reduce indoor ozone levels by up to 15%. All right, let me put a couple more drills down. I also have hockey at 1 o'clock. The Lightning are playing the Ottawa Senators, I think. Anyway, So it's a matinee today at 1, so I want to make sure that I'm ready for that. Also got spaghetti sauce in the crock pot. I was able to find everything that I needed for that. With minus the green pepper. There wasn't any of those, but that's all right. Didn't need them. You can live without it. Anyway, Sudan has more pyramids than any country in the world. Not only does Sudan have more periods than Egypt, periods. Try it again. Oh, here I go. Running pyramids. Here we go. Not only does Sudan have more pyramids than Egypt, but the numbers aren't even close. While 138 pyramids have been discovered in Egypt, Sudan boasts 255. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I gotta laugh at myself. I have been so out of sorts that I just cracked myself up. Oh, well. Oh, dear. Okay. I'm over laughing at myself now until I just do another flub. Oh, gosh. All right. Here we go. The bumblebee bat is the world's smallest mammal, weighing at 0.05 to 0.07 ounces, with a head-to-body length of 1.14 to 1.29 inches and a wingspan of 5.1 to 5.7 inches. The bumblebee bat, also known as the Kitti's hognose bat, is the smallest mammal in the world, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. To see this tiny bat for yourself, you have to visit one of the select few limestone caves in the Kawan-Neo River in Kanchanaburi province, which is of southwest Thailand. Interesting. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of that and maybe put it in here somewhere when I'm playing this back later, when I'm getting it ready to, edit and go. Because I think that would be interesting, right? Let's see what that bumblebee bat looks like. Ooh, geez, Louise, Ilene. Sticking stuff to the thing. No. All right. I believe I actually did this fun fact in a recent WIP chat, but we'll do it again just because it's there. And, maybe y'all didn't catch it the first time. All right. The circulatory system is more than 60,000 miles long. If a child's entire circulatory system, we're talking about veins, arteries, capillaries, were laid out flat, it would stretch out more than 60,000 miles, according to the Franklin Institute. By the time we reach adulthood, our bodies have become home to approximately 100,000 miles of blood vessels. That's just one of the mind-blowing facts that sound made up, but aren't. Kind of interesting. Not that I would want to see that kind of, on display. Though, I don't know if they still do it or not, but years ago they had that body exhibit that was going around. And I wanted to get to it when it came to Tampa. I just never did. And promised myself if it ever did come back, or I found out like it was like local to me, like Sarasota or something like that, I would get there to see it. Because as a nurse and like anatomy is like interesting to me, I thought that would be interesting. So the body exhibit was like these people that had donated like their bodies, and then they displayed like different parts of the donated bodies. to show what they look like muscles or the heart or like stuff like that. Just because it was, you know, to me, I think that would be interesting. I don't think I would find it at all gross. That's just me. I'm maybe weird like that. All right, let me put these away, and then we're gonna get the little slash mark, which is 38. Color number 38. I need to like spray all of my trays, actually. Probably is the reason why I'm having trouble with my ghost tray. Need to clean it and maybe spray it with like some static art or something. I don't know. Anyway, because this tray's giving me trouble too, so it's probably nothing. All right. I'll put a couple of drills down. There are parts of Africa in all 4 hemispheres. For people whose education was largely focused on the Western world, you may be surprised to find out exactly how huge of a continent Africa really is. For instance, it spans all 4 hemispheres and covers nearly 12 million square miles. Very cool. All right, and then the next fact I'm going to tell you, I also went over recently in a WIP chat, but that's all right. We'll just do it again because, you know, it's here. I don't have to skip it that way. Yeah, and it'll be fun, fun, fun. All right. The cornea is one of only 2 body parts without blood vessels. The cornea is the clear part of the eye that covers the pupil and other parts of the eye. Cartilage and the cornea are the only types of human tissue, tissue in the human body that do not contain blood vessels, according to the scientists at Harvard Department of Ophthalmology Eye Research Institute. Okay, let's get a couple of more of these down. Going down, down. Let it go, shimmy, shimmy. All right, I'm ready. The world's first animated feature film was made in Argentina. Even if you know a lot of Disney trivia, you might assume that honor of the first animated feature film belongs to Walt Disney's 1937 movie Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. But 20 years earlier, a full-length animated feature film was made in Argentina. It was a political satire called El Espostol. I'm not saying that right because there is a little slash over the first O. And I don't know how to do that right. Made up of 58,000 drawings and had a running time of 70 minutes, according to the Guinness Book of World Records. All right, a couple more down. Perfectimo. Here we go. German chocolate cake was invented in Texas. The German part of German chocolate cake comes from an American man, not a European country. Specifically, it was named after Sam German, who in 1852 created the formula for the mild dark baking chocolate bar for Baker's Chocolate Company, which was subsequently named Baker's German Sweet Chocolate. Fast forward to June 13th, 1957. The Dallas Morning Star published the recipe for the cake, invented and submitted by a reader identified as Mrs. George Clay, according to What's Cooking America. Ooh, that's good. Good coffee. I'm so happy I found my favoriteest coffee. I was missing that. Not that I wasn't drinking coffee, I was, but it was just not my favorite one. I'm so happy. The little things in life. All right, let me put down these two, and then we'll go to the next interesting fact. All right. Marla Gibbs continued to work as a flight attendant for 2 years after being cast on a hit TV show. Prior to taking her place on the stoop of 227, Marla Gibbs played housekeeper Florence on The Jeffersons, a spin-off of All in the Family. In a 2015 interview, Gibbs told the Washington Post that despite it appearing as though she had gotten her big break, she kept her job as a flight attendant for American Airlines for 2 years just to be safe. Very interesting. All right, so I have some really, I have some friends that are Filipino, really good friends, husband and wife, and many coworkers, and then my friend Ernesto, who we lost to COVID in 2020, was also Filipino. So I'm really glad that something came up in regards to the Philippines, because anyway, it makes me think of my lovely friend that I lost. Anyway, the Philippines is made up of a group of islands, 7,641 islands to be exact. That figure does not include the thousands of sandbars and other landforms that emerge during low tide. Interesting. Get a couple of these down. So I got the U-turn symbol I'm working on right now. I think we all call them, like, some of us call them the same thing. We make up our own names for stuff. I'm pretty sure everybody calls it the U-turn symbol. Or the majority of us. All right. Next fact. A one-way trip on the Trans-Siberian Railway involves crossing 3,901 bridges. Not only is the Trans-Siberian Railway the longest railroad in Russia, but it also is the longest one in the world. The journey takes 7 days, including which time passengers pass through 8 different time zones and cross 3,901 bridges. Interesting. I have never been out of the United States. I wish I have been already, but I haven't. So that is going to be a goal of mine. Once, I'm able. I'd like to go out of the country just to say I've been out of the country. Yeah. That's life, right? But yeah, I would love to get out of the United States, not just to see a different culture. I've never been out of the United States, as I said. So that is going to be a goal of mine. All right, so let me pick the next thing I'm going to work on, which is going to be the little number 10, which is like the little eyeball, I call it the little slash, eyeball symbol thing. I don't know what y'all call that. You guys probably call it something better. Anyway, let me shake out these drills. I'm going to put down a couple and then read the next fact. All right. The Golden Girls was supposed to have a different theme song. That's right. Instead of Andrew Gold's iconic "Thank You for Being a Friend," the show's producers wanted to use Bette Midler's song "Friends." According to Jim Colucci, author of the book Golden Girls Forever, an unauthorized look behind the lanai. But the rights to the Divine Miss M song were too expensive, and the rest is sitcom history. All right, let's get a couple more of these down. I do want to mention too, before I go to the next, the next fact. I keep forgetting to mention at the beginning of my videos, I have a Facebook group now, Diamond Crafts by Ilene. You're going to find that in the description box below. Please feel free to go on over and ask to join. I'd love to have you. It's just a place where we can share our diamond painting, funny memes. You can do progress if you want, ask questions. Just be respectful, be kind. If you have a YouTube channel and you want to share your most recent video, feel free to do that. You know, I want it to just be a fun little space where we can all kind of enjoy and not feel like, you know, have to dance on eggshells. I want it to be a fun place. I know there are other YouTube creators that have Facebook groups out there, and they are super fun. Craftiest Kristen, Dark and Creepy Diamond Painting with Coco, Diamond Painting with Jack, are just to name a few that have their own Facebook groups, and they are super fun and very inclusive. So, you know, you can always try to check out theirs as well. But anyway, let me go ahead and get to the next fact. And then, I'm done with this one. Let's pick our next color quick, though. I'm going to do the small little baby T with the number 30. I'm all over the place. Anyway, welcome to how my brain is working. Or it seems to work all the time. All right, so the next fact. There's enough gold inside the earth to coat the planet. Turns out there's quite a bit of gold on, or really in, our planet. 99% of the precious metal can be found in the Earth's core, Discovery magazine reports. How much is there? Enough to coat the entire surface of the Earth in 1.5 feet of gold. All right, let's get to putting down a couple of these small little T's. And we'll get to the next fact. Kind of like reading facts. Like I said, it's easier for me when I help me find things to talk about. All right, anyway, Cleveland was once the country's 5th largest city. Data from the 1920 U.S. Census indicates that Cleveland, Ohio, was one of the most heavily populated cities in the country, behind only Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, and New York City. All right, let's get a couple more of these down and I'll read the next fact. I actually have some of these left over for the next WIP chat, but we'll have to see how many are left when I get close to my hour time. Oop, missed it. All right, one more and we'll go to the next one. Human beings can use only a small fraction of the Earth's water. In school, we are taught that most, specifically 71% of the planet's surface is covered in water. While that's true, humans can use only 0.007% of that water, according to National Geographic. That's because only about 2.5% of the Earth's water is fresh water, and only 1% of it is accessible. The rest makes up glaciers and snowfields. By the way, have you ever wondered why we can smell snow? And that's not even like the next thing, so we're gonna forget that. Because we smell rain too, don't we? I mean, you know, when it rains, and I actually love the smell outside after it rains. You know, like just the water. But maybe I'm wondering, well, no, that happened to me up in New York too. I was thinking maybe because I'm near like the bay or the ocean or whatever, maybe that's why, but no, I don't think that's it. Any hoodles. Let me get these two laid down, and then I'll read the next fact, and then we're gonna do number 3, which is 25. That's okay. All right, so Wally Amos was responsible for making more than just cookies famous. You may be familiar with Wally's famous Amos thanks to his packaged chocolate chip cookies. But before he worked his magic on these sweet treats, he was in the business of making people famous. Biography reports he discovered and signed the folk duo Simon and Garfunkel, and was a talent agent rep for acts like Diana Ross, Sam Cooke, and Marvin Gaye. All right, let's put a couple of these down. Get to perfect. Oh, nope. There, perfect. Next fact. The brand name Spam is a combination of spice and ham. One of those interesting facts you probably thought you knew, but actually didn't. Contrary to American mythology, SPAM is not an acronym for scientifically processed animal matter or shoulder of pork and ham, Eater reports. It's kind of funny. I never even thought about how Spam got like its name. But maybe somebody else did. I saw some in the supermarket the other day, and I almost got it because like Jack and I were talking. Messaging back about Spam, and she was saying like she just kind of eats it. Like you can, well, I don't know if she just eats it or still eats it, but like you can eat it like out of the can. I can remember Mom frying it when I was a kid, and eating it, but like I haven't had it in a long time. And I don't know if I want to have it, but I might do it once everything kind of gets back to normal for me, just to say I tried it. All right, let me get pulled up. I am going to do the symbol M now, uppercase M, and take a sip of my coffee quick. That coffee is fantastic. It takes a drop of water 90 days to travel the entire Mississippi River, spanning 2,340 miles. The Mississippi River is the third largest watershed in the world. That's one long stretch of water. So long, in fact, that it takes one drop of water approximately 90 days to travel its entire length. All right, let's get some M's down. Next fact is people once ate arsenic to improve their skin. You've probably heard about how a lot of the Victorian favorite cosmetics were riddled with arsenic, but it gets worse. There was also products on the market in the late 19th century like Dr. James P. Campbell's safe arsenic complexion wafers that were meant to be eaten. They claimed to get rid of freckles, blackheads, and other facial disfigurements. Ew, okay. All right, let me get a couple more. I think next week, well, depending on how far I get on this one, I might do like interesting facts about Florida. Just since, you know, we've been through the ringer down here. Maybe just kind of pulling up some interesting facts about the state I currently reside, and then the following week maybe do interesting facts about the state I originate from, which is New York. Upstate. Might be something I'd choose to do. I also have Halloween facts, so maybe I want to do the Halloween facts next week or the week after. I don't know where I am in the, like, maybe in 2 weeks, so maybe I won't. I'll figure it out. Anyway, not that you guys need to know that I'm confuddled and confused. All right, well, that one's that. Let me get D out, and then I'll read the next fact. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, guys. I am, you know, I'm like this. It's just the way I am. And, I don't know. Okay. Here's a fact. The first person processed at Ellis Island was a 15-year-old girl from Ireland. On January 1st, 1892, Anne Moore was the first passenger to disembark at Ellis Island on its opening day. She had traveled to the United States with her two brothers aboard the SS Nevada after departing from Queenstown, Ireland. The busiest day at Ellis Island was April 17th, 1907. Okay. Let's get some of these D's down now. And these are the capital D's. And we will all right. Japan has more vending machines. Excuse me, let me try it again. Reset. Japan has one vending machine for every 40 people. Japan is thought to have one of the highest densities of vending machines in the world, which is one for every 40 people in the country. While most sell various types of beverages, others feature ice cream, noodles, and disposable cameras. Get some D's down. I missed an M. Oh well. I missed other ones too that I did already, but that's all right. I'm gonna finish this section, and then I gotta do my when I get off. Well, when I finish my WIP chat, and then I need to get my Partial Tuesdays kitted up so I can get that ready for Tuesday. And then if I have time, I gotta do one of my skull series, if not two, because now I'm like a week behind on those. But that's all right. I normally do 2 a week, but I only did one for like last week, and so whatever. It is what it is. It's all right if I don't get it done the way I wanted. Mother Nature had other ideas. Okay, lemons float and limes sink. Because limes are denser than lemons, they drop to the bottom of a glass, while lemons float at the top. One of these random fun facts, this one's been in front of our faces, or rather, in our glasses the whole time. All right, I'm gonna keep doing the D's, a couple of these, go to the next fact. All right. Professional athletes used to perform in vaudeville during off-season. Before today's big league salaries, professional baseball and football players often had to take on jobs during the off-season, the Atlantic reports. Some of them took advantage of their name recognition and hit the vaudeville circuits, doing everything from comedy routines to reciting poems. Babe Ruth even sang, if you could call it that. Frankly, many of the athletes had no business being on stage, but it's not like it was against the rules. Oh, okay, well, this kind of goes with my earlier flub when I said period, so. Let me get these D's down, and then I'm gonna pull the next, you know what I'm saying, I hope. Get the next fact. All right, so let me find A, which is 7, and right here, I'm gonna get those poured out. All right, here we go. The first time the word period was used on TV in reference to menstruation was 1985. It came via a line in a Tampax commercial. Feeling cleaner is more comfortable. It can actually change the way you feel about your period. And the actor who made pop culture history was Courtney Cox of the Friends fame. I think I heard that before, actually. Well, just that she did that commercial. Anyway, let's get some A's down and see where we are here. All right, next one. Here we go. McDonald's once made bubblegum flavored broccoli. This crazy McDonald's fact will have your taste buds crawling. Unsurprisingly, the attempt to get kids to eat healthier didn't go over well with the child testers, who were confused by the taste. All right, let's get to a couple more A's. I think we're doing pretty good, making pretty decent progress. All right, some fungi create zombies, then control their minds. The tropical fungus, I'm going to say this wrong, Ophicordyceps infects ants' central nervous systems. Once it's been in the insect's body for 9 days, it has complete control over the host's movements, according to National Geographic. It forces the ants to climb trees, then convulse and fall into the cool, moist soil below where fungi thrive. Once there, the fungus waits until exactly solar noon and forces the ant to bite a leaf and wait for death. Oh, that's so not nice. All right, let me get these couple A's down. I'm gonna grab, I guess we'll grab the lowercase a, which is number 1. All right. Perfectimo. 1, 2, here we go. The first oranges weren't oranges. The original oranges from Southeast Asia were a tangerine pomelo hybrid, and they were actually green. In fact, oranges in warmer regions such as Vietnam and Thailand still stay green through maturity. Speaking of which, ever wonder which orange came first, the color or the fruit? Doesn't say here. I wish they wouldn't do that. I wish that they're going to ask that they tell us what it is. Put a couple more down. All right. There's only one letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state's name. Can you guess this random fun fact? You'll find a Z, Arizona, a J, New Jersey, and even two X's, New Mexico and Texas. But there's not a single Q. Interesting. Okay. Does anybody know what a cow bison hybrid is called? It's called a beefalo, and you can even buy its meat in at least 21 states. Okay, beefalo. I've never had beefalo. Any of you guys had beefalo? Is it delicious or no bueno? I'm interested to know. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Who knows? All right, next fact. Johnny Appleseed's fruit weren't for eating. Yes, there was a real John Chapman who planted thousands of apple trees on U.S. soil. But the apples on these trees were much more bitter than the ones you'd find at the supermarket today. Johnny Appleseed didn't expect his fruit to be eaten whole, but rather made into hard apple cider. Okay. Getting close to, I'm about chatting away for like 52 minutes. So what I'm going to do is, like I said, probably film for like an hour and like leave it at that. But we'll do a couple more facts, as many as we can, and then go from there. I may continue this next week and then do the Halloween facts the week after, since I have those. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do the hurricane symbol, which is 32. Hurricane symbol. All right. Excuse me. Scotland has 421 words for the word snow. Yes, 421. Some examples are snails, which it's SNEESL, and which means to start raining or snowing. Pfeffly, which means to swirl, or flink drinken, which is a light snow. Okay. Flink drinken. Anyway, that's a funny word. Anyways, it's only a funny word because I've never seen it before. And I probably said it wrong. Anyway, Samsung tests phone durability with a butt-shaped robot. People stash their phones in their back pockets all the time, which is why Samsung created a robot shaped like a butt to sit on their phones to make sure to make sure that they can take the pressure. Believe it or not, the robot even wears jeans. All right, let me get to a couple more of these. I missed an A. Story of my life. All right, next fact. The Windy City nickname has nothing to do with the Chicago's weather. If you live in Chicago, you might already know this random fact, but we're betting most other people don't. Chicago's nickname was coined by the 19th century journalists who were referring to the fact that its residents were windbags and full of hot air. Oh my. It's not nice. Peanuts aren't technically nuts. Well, that just reset for me, so give me a second. I need to find it again. It just reset. Anyway. Let me find it. We are gonna get there. Oh, I remember doing that. We're close. Here we go. They're oh my gosh, it did it again, but it went back. Okay. Hold on. Oh boy. Of course it's going to do this when I'm almost done. Peanuts aren't technically nuts. They're legumes. According to Merriam-Webster, a nut is only a nut if it's a hard shell, dried fruit or seed with a separated rind or shell and interior excuse me, interior kernel. That means walnuts, almonds, cashews, and pistachios aren't nuts either. They're seeds. No. I can't read apparently without cracking myself up. Some words are tripping me up. Good grief. All right, let's get these done. I think this one's done. I think we'll just do L's. The next letter, which is L, and that is 31. And I'll just place one down and read the next fact. Armadillo shells are bulletproof. In fact, one Texas man was hospitalized when a bullet he shot at an armadillo ricocheted off the animal and hit him in the jaw. Ooh, that's totally true animal tidbit. Could you imagine? Like, anyway, terrible. Firefighters use wetting agents to make water wetter. The chemicals reduce the surface tension of plain water, so it's easier to spread and better soak into objects, which is why it's known as wet water. All right, the longest English word is 819 letters long. We won't spell it out here, but the full name of the protein nicknamed Titan would take 3.5 hours to say out loud. Well, this is by far the longest English word. The longest word in the Oxford English Dictionary is 45 letters, and the longest made-up word has just 28. All right, let me do a couple more L's. And then I think I'm just going to do like a little quick closing. Yeah, I'm going to read one more of these, and then I'm going to do a little closing. Running amok is a medically recognized mental condition. Consider a culture-bound syndrome. A person running amok in Malaysia starts with a period of brooding and then commits a sudden frenzied mass attack. Well, I've never run amok, but probably maybe as a toddler. Anyway, so yeah. I'm gonna call this a WIP chat. I don't know how many we have left of these facts, but yeah, I'm gonna see how many we have left. Maybe do this next week to finish these up, because there were so many. And I am going to just say this was fun, I think. I hope for you. It was for me. I'm gonna finish this section, do my partial that I'm doing for Partial Tuesdays for Diamond Painting with Jack, and then I'm gonna get working on my Horror Crush canvas that I'm doing for a Dark and Creepy Diamond Paintings event. These challenges have been super fun. I am finally caught up, and so looking forward to getting that one going again. Yay! All right, so that is going to be my video. So please like and comment. And as always, please have yourself a nice day or night, whatever it is for you. Take care, happy diamond painting, and until my next video, bye.